Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another week of action. Welcome to Laguna Seca for the Racetrim finale. Here at the place with the corkscrew in the middle of the desert. You're watching live on Racetrim. I'm Lexi Marshall and I'm bringing you the finale as we always have. It's motorcycle class M2, GT4, GT3. Who's going to come out and in what regard? That's going to be the true question. But right now, you've got your GT3s out on the circuit as they go. A little bit awkward cameras, but a few carbon fibre cars, even though I did sing the liveries, so if they aren't synced, that's not my fault. But right now, John Porter is chasing him down. There is a little bit of a difference. The darker blue is the GT4s, the lighter blue is the M2, so maybe a little bit awkward to tell, but the difference is there as they make their way up the hill. Vincent Safan pulls over the side. Derek Brubaker also making their way through. We'll get these first lap times in just a second. As of course, 30 minutes qualifying. First 10 minutes for your GT3s. Middle 10 minutes for your GT4s, I believe, and then your final 10 minutes are for your M2s. M2s tonight are the largest number of drivers, which is a big one, I would think. Like, I am not very used to having the M2s as the top cars, so we'll be interested to think about in that regard how they are making that way through. But either way, the way that you look at it, Samwise Holmes is currently on top, 1 minute 22.987, 1:23.592 for Uno, and then a 1 minute 23.740 for Andy Espinosa. I will remind you to stay hydrated. In the UK, it is hot, it is boiling, it is probably pretty sweaty, and it's going to be pretty sweaty in most cars tonight, as the temperature, of course, is summertime, and you're in the desert, so it's going to be pretty hot, I would think. Samwise Holmes, P number 1, like I already aforementioned. You've got Derek Brubaker, and as Brubaker goes into the barrier, Maximiliano J. Heller is going to be P number 15 at the moment. No lap time on the board, although they do set one now, 1 minute 32.50. But I do believe that was invalidated, so they're going again as right over the curbs, right up and towards the corkscrew. So keeping that in mind, we've got 75 minutes of racing action with these cars as well to take into account. So you never know who is going to come where, as right now, Samwise is staying where they are. Maximiliano, 1 minute 13, heading out final onto the straight now. Pedal goes to the foot, floor to the line, cross, P number 5, 1 minute 24.050. Fabish is currently in P number 6, 1 minute 24.290. That's the slowest of the GT3s, which have set times. Thomas Klug yet to get a lap time in on the board. Same with Professor Chronotis. But round final, here comes Thomas Klug, P27 currently. Welcome to the line tonight. We'll go across, and that's going to be P number 8 overall on the board. And John Porter, 9/10 down at the moment still, so not the night they would have hoped for. Derek Brubaker yet to get a lap time on the board. They are invalidated on the final run. Derek Brubaker there in P number 16. So Derek Brubaker invalidated. Vincent Safian is currently not invalidated. They're P15, number 44. 1 minute 27 last lap. Samwise Holmes 5/10 up on their current lap time as well. Five temps up for Ulo. 7 temps up for Ulo. Invalidated. Still validated is Vincent Safian. And the final, round final, throttle goes to the floor. Vincent Safian tonight is going to come across. And that is going to be enough for P number 7, Andy Espinosa, into the pit lane. Uno, 0.1 up. 0.3 for Ulo at the moment, making their way towards the corkscrew. Number 70 in control of that Ferrari at the moment. Ulo still trying to hold on to the line at the moment. Round into the final few. Right-hander. Keeps it pretty tidy for the time being. And it looks like they will go around final. 1 second up. Oh, now it goes purple for a moment, but loses the timeout final. Drops it to a 5/10th improvement, 4/10th improvement. Ulo comes to the line. 1:23, 1:40 was the best lap before now. And that will stay 1 minute 23, 1:40 actually, as they got that across. So basically exactly the same actually. That could have been pole, but that final corner lost them all the time. 2 minute 10 left on the clock for the GT3s, and we'll have the GT4s out. John Porter, currently slowest of the GT3s, 1 minute 25, 880. Seven tenths up for Brubaker, 8/10 up. Maximilian J. Heller, 8/10 up. Now 9/10 for Derek Brubaker. Across the line for Blue. And that'll get an improvement up into P number 9. 8/10 for Maximiliano Herrera. 1 minute 24.050. Was the best lap time overall, so this will get them an improvement up into P number 5. Maximilian Herrera staying, there they are. Lauren Fabish back to the pits. Derek Brubaker stays out. Thomas Klug staying out front of a lap. Samwise Thompson's on pole, 1 minute 22.550. Andy Espinoza, yellow flag, they'll be then back to the pit lane. They were invalidated on their last lap. Sam Zawisa, 1/10 up. In that pitch black car. Sam's still staying where they are, though. This is going to end in just a moment. That's it. Time ticks over. GT3s will have to be on their final runs now. Sam Zawisa still no improvement even at final. Samwise Holmes looks to be the one who will stay on pole. 1/10 down there for Samwise Holmes. Vincent Safian. Across the line, 3/10, stays in P number 7. Professor Chronotis pulls over the side. Now then, Jacob Konisinzi. There is a lot of Mercedes tonight, but will it be enough to get themselves up? We shall wait and see here as they make their way round. GT4s are going to be beginning their runs. So, GT3 and the top of the positions goes as follows. Samwise Holmes sits on pole position with a 1 minute 22.522. Andy Espinoza then sits in P number 2 with a 1:22.720. 1 minute 22.757 then goes to Sam Zawisa in P number 3 with Ulo P number 4. Maximiliano J. Heller in P number 5 with Professor Chronotis in P number 6. Vincent Safin in P number 7. Lauren Fabish in P number 8. Thomas Klug in P number 9. And then Derek Brew Baker in P number 10. And John Porter, P number 11. Jacob Cosinzi is going to begin their run now here for the Laguna Seca circuit. What will Jacob Cosinzi be able to do? Let's find out, shall we, as we go on the side camera with the Mercedes, number 96, beginning their run. Invalidated there for Jacob. Borgia on their run now, number 88 as well, making their way around the circuit. That is going to be Davy Van Eyden as they are 1/10 down, but still nothing because it's their first proper run here for Davy Van Den Eyden. Into the braking zone, corkscrew. Number 88 being able to hold it pretty well at the moment. I would think that this would be the benchmark for the GT4s as they make their way into the final few corners. Heavy onto the brakes. Right-hander using the inside curb as it gives a little bit of banking. Moves to the right-hand side instead of the pit entry left. And now trying to absolutely use as much circuit as possible. Around the final corner, David Van Eyden, even though they're a bit slower, is going to be getting their lap time on the board here. Round the final, begin the run. Across the line, Davy Van Eyden sets the top GT4 time for the first 1 minute 37.85, but that's quickly beaten by Kim Van Eder Jockey as they go P number 12, 302 with a 1 minute 30.550. Jack Berryman as they go 1 minute 32, 1.477. Matty goes P3 in GT4 class, 1 minute 31.127. You've got Tyler David over. You've got the GT4s of Dimmer C and Ali C still trying to make their way through. Dimmer C is now going to be the final one here, and also Jacob Cosinzi, as you've got a lot more in there. Ali is going to be P number 4 in the GT4 class. Nabil IGN going to be there in P number 17 overall. Dimmer C goes P18 overall at this current point. Jacob Cosinzi invalidated on their run. Bunga Borgia is 3/10 up at their current point. 1 minute 57. 4.95 was the fastest validated, but now 4/10 up on the previous. 1 minute 31.717 was set by them previously, so will they be able to beat it? Let's find out as we ride on board with the car currently signed P number 28 overall. It's going to be a little bit of an opportunity for the chrome car, but realistically, it's more like a silvery blue, isn't it? As we make our way around these final few corners. Top of the GT4 class still is, of course, Kim Van Eder Jockey, as they have David Van Eyden P number 3, Matty P number 4, P number 3 in class. David Van Eyden is, of course, P number 2. Still trying to hold on to this position, but 9/10 up is Dimmer C, invalidated on the current run for Kim Van Eyden Jockey. Davy is making their way through, but now it's a slight bit over. Bunga Borgia goes to pole in their class. 1 minute 29.962. There you go, there's your session best. As 1 minute 1.4 up is Dimmer C. At the final few across the line, Dimmer C up in a P number 17 overall. That's P6 in their class. Jacob Cosinzi, the only GT4 yet to get a lap time on the board, and the rest are going to be your M2s. Wait and see here as we've got just under 5 minutes left in this GT4 qualifying session. Out final, Jacob Cosinzi. Cosinzi is round final, still down in the lap time, but it's going to be a lap time on the board, and that's across. Jacob Cosinzi goes just ahead of Jack Berryman. That's P number 16 overall, P number 5 in class, 1 minute 31.402. David Van Eyden takes over Kim then Jochen, 1 minute 30.172. Kim Van Eyden's now not going to be far behind him. Their Chevrolet trying to get that overtake done, but they make their way through. You got your M2s coming out in just over 3 minutes' time. Oh, big wobble. Big wobble there for Kim Van Eyden. Not many improvements happening yet. Looking at these lock times, Jacob is invalidated still. 210 stop is Ali C. That's the only improving driver at the moment, though Bunga Borgia is slightly improving. So looking at these, 2 tenths up is Bunga Borgia. Well, 3 tenths up actually, so it's going to be top of their class. So this is your GT4 class, still going on at the moment. One tenth up, Bunga Borgia doing pretty well. One would think that this is where it's going to count, but who knows at the end of the day, as anything can happen. Everybody's pulling over because I would think, and yes it will be, M2 is about to start, so top of the GT4s is going to be Bunga Borgia, then it's going to be David Van Eyden, Kim Van Eyden, Matty, Jacob Kosenzi, Jake Berryman, Debussy, Nabil AGN, and then your M2s are now coming out onto the track. Okay, your TXCs. But you can see there's your big order for all your cars. But your M2 is about to start your qualifying run, so let's go on board with them, shall we? It's going to be Neo Nilsson, and the run begins. We're off and away for the M2 qualifying. So Neo Nilsson making their way around. I do apologise. It is very hot today. So if it feels like I'm not full energy, it's because the heat. You've probably heard about how us British complain about the heat. Yeah. I do apologise. The heat is a beast, and we are not used to it. The heat is very hot, to say the least. It's very hot today. Neo Nilsson making their way around. P number 25 currently for the number 57. So first run begins in the M2s. over the line. Let's go down into us turn number 1. See what they'll be able to do. Out through 3. Making it tight, right-hander. Keeping it pretty steady. Dr. Bones, though, is currently the driver who is set in the purple. One-tenth down on the fastest. Dr. Bones was there, still validated, though. Is anybody else going to be able to take that away from him? Stuart Woolley just began their run, running purple at the moment. One-tenth up there for Stuart Woolley. 3 tenths up. 4 tenths, 5 tenths. Don't forget, corkscrew can ruin a lap, but it seems like right now, Stuart Woolley is very much being able to control the pace at the moment. Now through these sections, there is Mondo Mando straight to the top, and that's going to stay where it is. Those are your first runs in. Mondo Mando top, 1 minute 34.922. 1 minute 34.977 for Richter, as Tyler Gary is P number 3 in class, with a 1 minute 36.082. 1 minute 36.257 for Dr. Bones. 1 minute 36.492 for Neo Nilsson. Rick Lean gets a 1 minute 38.720, but is it going to be updated? Because we got Rick T, who is currently going even faster. 2 attempts up for a moment. Mondo Mando nearly making it. Invalidated there for Rick T. So right now, Mondo Mando looks to be the one who will be improving to go even faster. Mondo Mando keeping it pretty steady. Getting a little bit of a tow. Across the line, Mondo Mando stays where they are at the top of the M2 class. Nobody goes purple, but Rick Clean is 1 second up. This is a replay from an accident earlier between the number 1 and the number 3. Just making the way around. Oh, what the? Oh! Ouch. That's gonna hurt in the morning. So that was between Philly Cheese and Homagadillo. Tyler Gary 7 tenths up, Rick T currently 1 tenth up. That's going to set them even faster. 9 tenths up for Tyler Gary. 136.507 was set by them, so this improvement could possibly get them up into P number 4 in class. No, P number 5 in class. No, wait, yep, P4. My bad. Tyler Gary across the line. That's P4. 34 in class for Tyler Gary. 1 minute 35, 525, set by the owner. Ricky 1/10 up, 9/10 up for Rick Lean. Just over 2 minutes left in this session. Continuing to hold on to this one. Stuart Woolley is there on 34.875. Two attempts up for Stuart Woolley. 3 attempts up for Mondo Mando. Mondo Mando looking to go even faster. Rickety still up top, but now Stuart Woolley goes for the 2 attempts. Staying with it. 3 attempts, 4 attempts. It's early stages of the lap time, but Mondo Mando goes to the top. 1 minute 34, 640 set by Mondo. Making their way through at the moment, being able to keep it pretty cleanly. 5 attempts, 6 attempts, 7 attempts, 8 attempts. And Stuart Woolley goes to the top, 1 minute 34, 365. It's about to go checkered in just about 20 seconds. Bless you. Best livery of all time. Indeed. It's also the worst weather of all time. Best livery, worst weather. I'm being classic British and complaining about the weather. It's too hot. But these drivers have been absolutely boiling on the circuit because that's it. It's checkered flag now. Quali comes to an end. Stuart Woolley's on top of the M2 class. Pulls over to the side. Rectic making their way through, but nobody's going purple. So here's your final order. Mondo Mando followed by Rectic, Dr. Bones, Neo Nilsson, Tyler Gary, Louis Franco, Callum Brooker, Philly Cheese, Rick Lee, and Tyson Josie. Herman Gio and Hassan Ahmed is there as well. Your full order, however, comes as follows. Sam Weishorns followed by Andy Espinoza, Sam Zawisa, Ulo, Maximiliano Heller, Professor Chronotis, Vincent Safian, Lauren Fabish, Thomas Klug, Derek Blue Baker and John Porter to round out the GT3s. Bunga Borgia sits at the top of the GT4 class, followed by David Van Eyden, Kim Van Jockian. Matty sits in P number 4, followed by Jacob Conasinzi in P number 5. There's then Jake Berriman, Dimasi, Ali C, Nabil, AGN to round out those GT4s, and it's Stuart Woolley, Mondo Mando and Rectic to be the top 3 in the GT4 in the M2 class. Though I'm eating my words because Rectic is going to be right on here. 4 attempts up, we'll put it on Paul. I'll put Stuart Woolley P2. Rectic is top of the M2 class, followed by Stuart Woolley, Mondo Mando, Dr. Bones, Neo Nilsson, Tyler Gary, Louis Franco, Callum Brook, Philly Cheese, Rick Lean, Tyson Josie, Harman Gio, and Hussein Ahmed. We've got 33 drivers, We got your racing action not far away. Don't switch that channel. You're watching live on Racetrim. We'll be right back with your racing action after this short intermission. Are you ready for a race at Laguna? Because I know I am. You're watching live on Racetrim. This is the one and only Laguna Seca. You got your GT4s in navy blue. You've got your teal for your M2s. And your GT3s have no triangles. Samwise Holmes will control the pace as they head into the final few. There's only one way to do this with 75 minutes ahead. 2 pit stops required. Let's get ready to go racing, shall we? Samwise on top. Andy Espinosa P2. They come towards the end here. As all eyes to gantry. Green flag drops. Very good stuff. Samwise Holmes. Maximiliano J. Herrera. Going to be losing out in the background. Lauren Fabish. Going to making their way through as well in towards turn number 1. Further down in the GT3s and the GT4s. M2's also in the mix of that one. Trying to go side by side. A little bit of contact between 3 of the drivers we saw going to turn number 1 side by side. For Professor Chronotis trying to make their way through as well. Derek Brubaker and Vincent Safian making their way round. Maximiliano J. Herrera, they're all still there. They will have to be careful of that warning. Vincent Safian, though, is going to be making their way through nice and clean on the start, like we saw. No big incidents. Everybody's got the cars moving as we now begin the run up through the corkscrew. Samwise Holmes is going to be the first one up there, but Andy Espinosa's not going to be far behind. Into the cork goes the rest of the grid. This is 3 abreast here. GT4s fighting each other as they make their way down and through. Having to be careful here. GT4s with a very nice camera. Having a very nice camera, if I do say so myself. Yellow flag there for Jacob Kosinski, though, as they are round the corkscrew. And everybody having to take evasive action. Big moments there. We'll get a replay. As this is what happened with the number 96. Oh, what the? That was the number 4. What was that? No idea what happened. That shouldn't have happened. As Lauren Fabish is currently close, 4/10 from Maximiliano, as Sam Zawisa is ran, and yep, there's the big yellows. Number 52 and 97. Let's see what happens here then. Oh, yep. Sand. Round it goes. That hurts to watch. The match that can be done there realistically. This is Thomas Klug versus Ali C. Thomas Klug down the inside of Philly Cheese, actually. Very good move. In the background, Joey up Philly Cheese's round and into the barrier. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Apparently that was with Ali C there. And Mengadillo as Thomas Klug and Ricky Lean. Down the inside here for Thomas Klug. Trying to get past Tyler Gary. And it looks like they will do. Nice clean move there by Thomas Klug. Now going to try chase down and go around the outside of Neo Nielsen. Which they will do. Which I'm not surprised. It's a GT3 versus an M2. Another one done. I was going to say, we lost Louis Frank for a sec. No, my software was just being a bit slow. Sam Zawisa getting past Davey Van Eyden. Neil Nielsen further back, chasing Dr. Bones. Louis Franco right now, chasing down Tyler Gary. Getting past another, Ali Rectic being overtaken by Thomas Klug. And the Espinosa still unable to get that top move done. Lauren Fabish making their way through. Pretty calm here. Dimasi trying to get past Armengio. Should say. Jacob Kunasinzi, 2 temps off the back of Rick Lean, 3 temps for Dimasi off the back of Harmon-Gio. And that is going to be the move done. Mr. Ricky Lean? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. If anybody watches the BTCC, one sec. As up Harmon-Gio's gone round. Gone wide there. Mr. Ricky Lean. Mr. Rick Lean. Louis Franco falling behind. Everything happens as soon as I change the camera. Jacob Colasinzi now on the back. I'm not gonna lie. That's the most restart racing livery I've ever seen in ACC. Which I get it, it's BMW, but still. Reminds me of restart. Harmon-Gio's gone off as well. This was between the number 1 and the 34. And that's off. Yep. Stuart Wu lay on the back here of Louis Franco. Trying to get the move done. And what on earth? That's all I can say. What on earth? As Alice and Lo Nilsson have had a moment as well. There's so much happening. Nabil AGN, 3 temps off the back here of Jack Berryman. Bit of GT4 action for you. Hey, we love a Ginetta. Dr. Bones trying to go around the outside of Kellen Brooker. Who actually apparently gets a warning for contact there for some reason. And this is the replay of between the 31 and the 57. So what happens here between them? It's going to be a move down the inside, isn't it? Okay. I don't see how that's an incident game, but oh well. Dr. Bones losing out to Alex. What the? Woo! If only I had a webcam right now. My goodness. That could have gone a lot worse. Up over the curb. As Professor Chronotis is into the pits. Jacob Conacinzi, Callum Brooker, Dr. Bones all locked in this fight. That's going to be a good move by Jacob. Now, Dr. Bones on the inside line, Callum Brooker on the back. Exit run through, left-hander. Begin the run up towards the corkscrew. Dr. Bones going to lose out here. Callum Brooker on the inside line. In towards corkscrew, that's where Callum wants to keep it. Heavy on the brakes, yellow flag up ahead. A little bit of contact between the two, but still keeping it there. Up and under, up and under, up and under. Following through for Neo Nilsson. Nope, goes wide. And Tyler Gary is apparently in here as well. Ali C making their way through. Neo Nilsson, Dimmer C, Stuart Woolley. These M2s really are sticking with each other. Dimmer C losing out Stuart Woolley there. Stuart Woolley's going to get just about ahead. Ali C is there. Ali C is into the pit lane. So Dr. Bones still here. 2 temps behind, but trying to fight their way forward as we have got GT4s, I believe, starting to lap them. So we're about to see some lap traffic coming into effect here. Dr. Bones still in this fight. This is with Callum Brooker. And do keep in mind, these are several classes. So, right now, this is for P3. This is for P3 in the GT2, in the M2 class. Well, it's going to stay where it is. Dimmer C right now in the GT4. Fighting their way forward, but now they're about to get lapped by a GT3. Who's going to go around the outside, and that's the move done. Professor Chronotis making their way a bit further forward, getting past some more traffic after their pit stop. And this is Andy Espinoza, who did pit. In fact, never didn't. And Espinoza going to get past Maximiliano J. Herrera, who's making their way through. Lauren Fabish making their way through. Sam Zawisa in there as well, up and under by Maximiliano Herrera. Sam Zawisa there. Now comes Lauren Fabish with a very damaged front end of that Porsche. So, just trying to make their way through at this moment. Keeping everything in mind as they make their way through. As that is bad. So, just keeping the car steady at the moment. And hopefully, our car doesn't break as much as my headphones just have. I've got one earmuff. Let's go Uno. Right, we got support for Uno. Let's go to Uno because they are 2/10 off this top car. So Uno trying to make their way through, trying to hop on the rear end here as they make their way throughout this circuit. As Lawrence Safin and Vincent Safin, as Andy Espinosa and Vincent Safin have come together further back. This is the replay here. Oh, yeah, that's awkward. That's an awkward one. Apologies, bear with me a second, chat here. As Uno is trying to go for the move. I'm trying to fix my headphones here real quick. Oh, that's just... Oh, great. So, Uno's there. Andy Espinosa's in the back of Maximiliano Herrera. Further back, Nabil AGN defending here as Jack is trying to go around the outside. Jack Berryman, only 1/10 move done as they make it through clean and tidy. As Maximiliano Herrera has just lost out to Andy Espinosa. Andy Espinosa gets it done. Uno, though, still 4/10 off that leader. And they are right on the chuff now, though. But that's a GT. That's an M2 in the way. Maximiliano J. Herrera, 2/10, still trying to get back. There is plenty of support in the chat for Uno. So, there will be a celebration if they are able to win tonight. I am sure of it. Andy Espinosa is not having a good time. Wow. This is what happened at number 27. Deep at corkscrew. Oh! Okay, M2, yeah, goes off because of an M2. So Uno making their way through, still there. Maximiliano Herrera, P number 3 now. Further back, there has been an incident for Professor Chronotis as Nabil and Jack Berryman are still going at it with each other. This is, of course, in the GT4 class, battle for P number 5 in class. So we'll wait and see what will happen here as the GT4 is going to be fighting each other. Down the inside goes Jack Berryman. And that is going to be the move done. But is the Janessa going to come back for it? Yes, it will do. As they make their way up the hill. And towards the corkscrew. Inside line there. That's wide there for Jack Berryman. Nabil AGN goes through. And that's going to bring an end to that fight. As Andy Espinosa is also yellow further forward. And Andy Espinosa is out. This is the thing now. Uno and Samwise Hobbs are fighting each other, but they're getting through traffic at the same time. So they have to, not only are they contending with each other, they've got to contend with traffic, which, in all fairness, could play into Uno's advantage. So make sure to get your predictions in. And be sure if you see anything that I may miss to let me know. Because I apologise. I apologise if I do. Let's just say, if you're in the Discord, I'll send a screenshot of the Discord later. One of the sides of my headphones is broken. So if I miss anything, I apologise. Into the pit lane comes Hussein Ahmed. Mondo Mando further back right now, though, versus Rictic. 4 attempts between the two. Samwise Zawisa into the pit lanes. David and then Iden into the pits. As Ulo trying to fight it through. Inside line. Ulo got very close there. That was yellow. Hold on a minute. No idea why that's white. That was... Don't know why the white flag was showing for a sec. That was very weird. Yeah, that fight's calmed down now. That's down to a pretty decent gap. Mondo Mando, the closest in the M2 to Rictic, who is currently the top. David Van Eyden, yellow flag. That's because they're coming out the pit lane. Mondo Mando. Trying to fight their way through. Oda at 5 attempts. Vincent Safian to Maximilian J. Herrera. Right now, 3 attempts. Derek Brubaker has a yellow flag. And that is because they are round just out of, I believe that's 3. No, that's going up the hill. Everybody's trying to take evasive action there. This is what happened to the 528. Sausage. That must have been the slightest. That must have been the slightest tap of the sausage curb. So that sent Derek Brubaker around. Vincent Safian making their way through as well. John Porter, Lauren Fabish into the pit lane. Why am I being told I have a nice voice? I'm just talking in my... I'm just talking. I've just got a Lancastrian accent. Uno making their way through as well. And this is the thing. You can easily change the accent. As Uno making their way through at the moment. Still staying where they are pretty much. Thomas Klug making their way through in P number 7 at the moment. They have pitted 22.1 over 121.6. Professor Knotis 1 minute 29.0 over 27.7. Thomas Klug now though trying to make the move get done here on Professor Chronotis. So this is for track position due to pit stop place. Second at the moment, 0.8 to Ulo at the top. Ooh, Demassi. 0.2 seconds. Making their way through. Chai's making me question if Yox is... You can have the... What? What is chat? What is chat? I'm trying to commentate here, chat, but I know I'm allowed to do this. I know I'm allowed to do this because Tyler lets me. What is going on in chat? What is going on in chat? It went from Uno support to me being told I have a lovely voice, but me just responding, I've just got a Lancastrian accent. Somebody saying damn rizzing. And now I've got somebody saying commentator could put me to sleep. What is going on in chat? Oh, Uno's into the pits. I genuinely have no idea what is going on in chat. I've just been told to come to Thailand. I wish I could go Thailand, I'm too poor. Samwise Holmes still leading this one. Samwise Holmes is still leading. Can we just point out, Samwise has been driving a pretty decent race. Like, they have been very consistent. Samwise has been very consistent tonight. The fastest lap is a 1 minute 23.912. The last lap was a 1 minute 24.767. Somebody's gonna put that on TikTok because I said the two numbers next to each other. I can't say anything. We had 21 when I was in primary school. Thomas Klug making their way round. 4 tenths up, 2.6 seconds. The closest gaps right now, this is the thing, we are opened up a bit due to pit stops. Stuart Woolley is there. Dimas C has just been overtaken by Sam Zawisa. I do have Discord, and you can join the Racetrim Discord. In fact, let me do this. Let me get the link, actually. Where's Thingy Mule? Where's Thingy in my list? If somebody on the mod team is active, or just wants to give me Thingamaroni, that's server. Edit link. Of course, if anybody wants to join the Racetrim, you can go to Racetrim, of course. There we go. That is the wrong window. There we go. You can join the Racetrim today by going to that link. So Ulo's pitted. Here's the thing. Ulo's pitted. He's still ahead of John Porter. That's how much of a gap they had. Ulo is pitted and still comes out ahead of John Porter. I am starting to wonder now, though, as Derek Brubaker comes into the pit lane. Looking at these gaps here, you've got Neo Nilsson, who's making their way through. Number 57, 1.1 second off the back of Rectic. Rectic has pitted. Same with Neo Nilsson. So this is going to be a fight, 1.3 seconds right now. Let's go through some incidents that we've had throughout this race then, shall we? This was an incident between the 76 and the number 42. This is on the replay. What happened to it? Gets spun around by GT3 by accident. Not much can really be done there. So this has just happened, the number 80 and the 483. This was the top contenders. This was John Porter. Inside line. Oh! Ulo's yellow, Ulo's yellow, Ulo's yellow. Deep at bus stop. Oh, hey, hidden behind the trees, but Neil just, oh, they just took out. Oh, the poor. Oh, the poor. The poor M2. The poor M2. I'm so sorry, M2. Oh, the poor M2. Bop. Round it goes. Ulo's in the lead. Because Samwise Holmes also went round while we were looking at that. Samwise Hobbs was slow out the pits. Samwise was very slow out the pits. Ah, that's why. Okay, yeah, 29.7 over 35.7. So Ulo just had a much quicker pit stop, but that's Ulo now into the lead of the GT3 class. Lauren Fabish just trying to fight their way through the field a little bit. Everybody's nice and calm. This is Neo Nilsson trying to chase down Rectic. Bunga Borgia making their way through. And we're in a calm point of the race. Everybody seems to have calmed down a little bit. We've got 45 minutes. We've got just under 45 minutes left. My headphones... I know I shouldn't be complaining about these, but will they just stay on my head? I've only got one side, but seriously, my headphones cannot be this. So, now I've got that in my system. Lauren Fabish just overtaken Bunga Borgia. Nice and clean. Faster car over a slower car. Not much difference, to be fair. Expected. As Ulo is slower. Just having to get through some lap traffic here. And look who's in the background. There's Samwise. Hey, almost, hey. Oh, there's Samwise. Samwise is there. Well, let's see how quickly Samwise can catch up here. They're 1 second behind currently. We'll give them a lap. They're already catching up. They're already practically on. They're already practically up the chuff. Where's the connection? Huh? Not very. I have no idea what's going on with chat tonight. Chat is making... I don't know how to feel about chat right now. What is going on? John Porter making their way through traffic. And I am sorry, it's been one lap. How is Samwise Holmes already 2 tenths? How? What is this man being fed? Also, chat, can I just get a check real quick that the stream sounds all right and it's not super buggy and that's just my headphones doing that? Can I just get a yes or no on that, please? Because I got major glitch there in my headphones. Please, can I just get a check that it sounds alright? John Porter getting past Bunga Borgia further back. It's happened. It's happened again. Rick lean into the pit lane. Samwise is 2 tenths. Samwise is 2 tenths. How is Samwise 2 tenths? 3 tenths now, but still. Is Chad trying to riz? Is Chad trying to riz me up? Is Chad trying to riz me up tonight? Because I've got a good voice. I'm ugly as shit. I'm ugly as fuck. Okay, Samwise Holmes got past. Oh my god. Samwise Holmes is back in the lead here at Laguna. They're going to do another pit stop after this. They're going to do another pit stop after this. They've got to remember that. Maximiliano Herrera. And there's been another accident. Number 3 and 68. Let's see what happens here, shall we? Okay, this was between... Okay, yeah, oh, jeez. Boop. We need a 68's perspective on that. Let's have a look. Right. The Argentinians got past the German. Leave that one for stewards. So Derek Brubaker there. Vincent Safian, number 3 and 88. The Belgium driver. That's David Van Eyden. No major collision, number 68 and number 3. 68, 69. Where can I bet money? What? I don't know. I don't know. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. I'm only 20. I'm responsible. As Uno making their way through. Still, one second. As up, Dimasi's had yellow for a sec coming out the pit lane. That's because they're slower. Professor Conotis into the pits. With one pit stop. 36 minutes left remaining on the clock. So we're about to see a lot of these drivers coming in for their final pits, I would think. Now the question is Ulo gonna get is Ulo gonna get another overtake here? Because Uno may be able to pull the pit stop strat again. That's wide. That was wide by Dimasi goes round. Onto the sand and around it goes. Don't put the accelerator down. Don't put the accelerator down. We've got cars coming. 31's coming, 528 after that. Somebody's going to take that so hard contact. There is a lot of traffic. There is traffic everywhere on the circuit. You go round, it's going to be hard to spin yourself back round. As Professor Chronotis is coming out the pits. Somebody just put on record that Andy Andy Kick said, I'll pay Ulo to T-bone Samwise. Somebody put that on record as Vincent Safi in his round. So here we go then. Ulo, 1 second again. Was down to 5 tenths, but now a second again. We got, yeah. Most of these overtakes are happening because of pit stops. I mean, the gaps between the M2s are over 10 seconds. GT4's about the same. So it is this battle for the lead, which is the only overtake happening realistically anytime soon. Everybody's pretty calm. We're in a nice stage here. Nearly just over 30 minutes remaining. Nice calm ride. Tyler Gary is going to go around the outside here and almost pick up an overtake. Callum Brooker now going to be on the defensive because Tyler Gary is right behind him. And look at that, there's Samwise Holmes on Ulo. Ulo. Ooh. Not much. Just, like I said, it's nice and calm racing. Ulos and Samwise Holmes still going at it. What can I say except you're welcome? God, why is my chair so loud? Ulo at 4 tenths. Five tenths, half a second. Thomas Klug and John Porter, but Thomas Klug has made their pit stop. John Porter has not. Maximiliano Herrera not making much difference here. As Maximiliano Herrera picking up a warning there for some reason. This is Mondo Mando at the top of the class for M2s. As Mondo Mando is further back, Ulo's still trying to go for it. Number 44 was round, I believe. Ulo around the outside. And that is going to be the move done to get past Samwise Holmes. Uno is into the lead here at Laguna Seca. And Samwise Holmes now has to deal with traffic. Very nice and calm move done there. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. So, Uno now leads this. Fastest lap still goes to Samwise Holmes. And everybody else is just smooth sailing. We got Thomas Klug versus John Porter trying to make their way through. 4 attempts at the moment. Big slide. Round goes John Porter just completely on their own accord. Thomas Klug goes through. That's going to get that move done. As Uno is round. Uno's round. Samwise back into the lead here. What happens here? Is it the M2 or is it on his own? Oh, what on? What's the M2 doing there? Samwise, though, being a good sports person, slowing it down, getting Samwise back into the lead. Samwise lets Uno through, and they're going to go back at it. Lovely. We love to see it. Samwise has to try outside, will go outside, tries to go up the run, wiggles the car, trying to get the traction into the vehicle, but not going to work out that time. Samwise still there. Inside line. Going past a bit of traffic. Almost down the main. Samwise moves to the right. Outside line down in towards 2. Samwise will send it around the outside. McLaren going to try on the Ferrari, but the Ferrari, good defensive driving, more momentum by Samwise Holmes. Samwise Holmes gets inside line into 3. Samwise Holmes with a little bit of GT4 ahead. Back into the lead here at at Laguna Seca. Very different circuit. Uno down the inside, side by side, wheel to wheel. Amazing fighting between these two. Samwise and Uno going at it. Samwise inside. Tries to get past GT4. A little bit of contact. Inside, but yeah, not where the sausage curb is, lads. Up the hill. And they'll slot it back in, but that's Samwise Holmes back leading here at Laguna Seca. Further back, some individuals making more pit stops. A little bit of lap traffic to get past. Samwise Holmes is text driving. Uno down the inside. Samwise around the outside. Still side by side. Uno once again. Back and forth, lap after lap. Uno back into the lead in this one at Laguna Seca. Remember, folks, don't text and drive. It can cause bad things to happen, such as losing the race of the lead. The race of the lead of the race. Bunga Borgia lost out. Kim van der Jokjek back into the lead of the GC4s. Samwise 4 attempts. Still though, just about keeping it there. Inside the line now for Samwise and back into the lead of this one. But Uno's going to stick it there. Uno around the outside. Still keeping it side by side between the two, but that's going to give Samwise. Samwise is into the lead of that one. Sam Zawisa picking up yellow there for a sec. That may have been as they were coming out of the pit lane. This is the number 52. Four attempts. Don't forget they do have to pit at some point. There's 2 required pit stops. Uno's still going for it. Into the pit lane comes Vincent Safian. Professor Chronotis gets an overtake due to the pit stop done by Vincent Safian. I think they'll also get P3 actually, if this pit stop rate keeps up. All that traffic to get through. So Sam Zawisa trying to get past John Porter, but a bit of lap traffic starting to get in the way. Three turns, here we go. So there's a Weeser there. Maximiliano Herrera into the pit lane. We'll see what will happen here with Professor Chronotis timing. Two attempts. Chasing down John Porter still. Professor Chronotis up to P number 3. Some Zawisa Novo, as well as Vincent Safian on the back of Thomas Klug. Top 2 still yet to pit. John Porter yet to pit, same with Sam Zawisa. Thomas Klug has pitted twice, and this is for position. No, he's not a good position. Leonardo J. Herrera coming out of the pit lane now. And, oh, yeah, no. Not how you want it. Thomas Klug gets the move back done. Further back, Sam Zawisa once again. A little bit more lap traffic to get past. And Samwise gets past Uno. Inside line. Lovely overtake. Clean, simple, what you like to see. So making the way through the rest of this. 4 tenths, just under 20 left. When are these two going to pit? That's the question. And there's Klug, yellow flag further back. Keeping it clean though. Nice and steady. Not much changing. Lovely. What you love to see. Just nice. Odo once again inside line. Back into the lead of it. Absolutely lovely. Some Zawisa, yellow flag further back. No big incidents yet, though lots of yellows. That's from the pit lanes. Uno still able to get past. on 10th inside at final. Here comes Ulo again. Oh, Tyler Gary had a moment. Hello. Number 30 and number 3 here. Inside. Ah, we know what's going to happen here, don't we? Yep. Jacob coming out the pits. David Van Eyden's there. Ulo still fighting this one. A little bit of lap traffic. Inside again, but that's a bit wide for Sam Wise. Holmes, Ulo goes past. Into the lead once again. So, when are they going to pick? That's the question. Samwise has fallen off the back now. While they're playing it a bit safer. This is for the fight. Dr. Bounds and Stuart Woolley still need to pit. Jack Berryman doesn't. But, that's a GT4. This is for the lead in the M2s. Dr. Bounds with Stuart Woolley just behind him. Let's see what the M2s can do. Tyler Gary has to be careful here because they've got Rectic who's just behind them. Just like that. Moves done by Stuart Woolley. Oh, Dr. Bone's still going to try fight back down the main straight. That's because there was contact between the two. Yay. Side by side down main. Stuart Woolley just gets ahead now. Tyler Gary. Powell had a bit of contact as well. We've got just over 10 minutes. Tyler Gary Rectic. Still going at it. Ulo came in. Ulo's pitted. As round goes Rectic. This is the replay from the helicam. Rectic was behind. It's going to move to the left hand side. In fact, no, just... Oh, yeah, Tyler goes on the sand, tries to come back on, contact, round both go. Not what you want at all. So the question is now, with this long left, Professor Chronotis is leading this. Okay. Apparently my maths just completely slipped. Professor Chronotis with a masterclass on the strat. Professor Chronotis has pulled a masterclass strat. They've made their 2 pit stops and now they're in the lead of this by 14.5 seconds. Subwise Holmes. Oh no. Ulo goes through. 2:45 and 96 came together. Ah. You gotta feel that. You gotta feel that, don't you? Dear goodness. Samwise Louisa getting locked up in a incident further back. Samwise Holmes on Ulo now. 1.8 seconds. Just over 5 minutes left. This is going to go right to the end. Professor Chronotis with a masterclass. My goodness. Everybody else's gaps are open, so this is going to be to the end here. Professor Chronotis is yellow! For a moment. A little bit of lap traffic in the way. Samwise Holmes at Uno. Going for this one again. Number 42. Going to be starting a brand new lap very, very shortly. 125 around that. So, if we do the maths, about 3 laps remaining. 34 round. That's the enter. Once again, penultimate lap. Uno gets overtaken. Uno goes round. Samwise Holmes goes round with only just a whole 2 laps and a half remaining. That's the corkscrew. Let's have a look at that one again. Because my goodness, that happened incredibly quickly there. Ulo moves to the left-hand side. Samwise Holmes is right there with him. But both... Oh my god. Now then, Professor Chronotis has one more lap after this one. Penultimate time for Professor Chronotis. Those 2 seconds off. The heat may be getting to some people, but it's not getting to Chronotis, it seems. The man has done a masterclass all night long, and there is simply nobody to deny that. We thought it was going to be Samwise. We thought it was going to be Udo. But a double pit stop mandatory played strategy to a T. May not have fastest lap, but will come ahead nonetheless. Professor Chronotis wins the finale, wins Laguna Seca, but he's got another lap. Another lap. He's gone even faster that lap. He's got another lap. Okay, sure. Take another lap. He's got another lap, my goodness. Ignore the spouting on the previous lap. That didn't happen. So, Professor Chronotis. We thought it would be Samwise Holmes. We thought it would be Ulo. But there was 2 mandatory pit stops in this race. And one man has played the strategy to an absolute T. At the top of the overall. And at the top of the GT3. It may be bright, but you still can't catch it. Professor Chronotis, to round out the finale, wins at Laguna Seca. Bungaborgia further back, top of the GT4s, as Mondo Mando takes home the victory in the M2 class. Samwise Holmes and Ulo Samwise Holmes P2, Ulo P number 3. And then Bungaborgia. By quite a margin, 18.4 seconds to be exact. He's going to come home around the final few in the GT4. In the very decently looking Mercedes, if I do say so myself, but ends up going deep at the end of that run, but still not going to affect him too much because the other GT4s are miles behind. Bungaborgia, rounding down the main straight, wins in the GT4 class. And 19. So, to round that up, it goes as follows. Okay, people are leaving apparently. Didn't want to update it. There's your finishing running order on the left-hand side. I'm going to get us some highlights here. And I'm going to try and get us some interviews. Did it switch over that quickly? Oh my god, it did. That switched over real quick, so I couldn't even grab the highlights. Well, we're going to try and get some interviews, as I've already got... Have I already been... I don't even have my headphones on. I've got people... I've got people in my VC and I didn't realise. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Hi. Well... Let me make sure I've got you in my Discord real quick, because I need to check my OBS is set up correctly. One sec. I didn't plan for this in advance. Discord. Wrong one. Discord, don't play up with me now. Nope, I'll be very mad if you do. Okay, and testy. Mic check from somebody. Okay, why is that not coming across? You know what? I'm just going to throw desktop audio on because I don't have any game music anyway. Yippee! Right. I think that is a new record in my entire history of doing this. That is the quickest people I've ever joined in my entire life.
We do come quickly.
I am not prepared. Okay, Mondo Mando, you're alive on Racetrim's YouTube.
Hello.
Hello! So, talk us through that, because, in all honesty, we didn't really get much of M2 and GT3 tonight, so talk us through that. What was that race like for you tonight?
It was pretty quiet in the front of the M2 class. I think the other two potential front runners wrecked out pretty early on. They had a lengthy pit stop at the beginning, and I just went on a slightly different strategy. A 75-minute two-stop race leaves a lot of room for creativity, I think. So I went long on the first two stints, didn't change tires, and then just had a shootout on the last like 15-20 minutes with fresh tires, and I held it off.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Obviously, we know what Laguna Seca's like, and you don't really see M2s much around here. So what was it like driving that type of car around this type of circuit?
I'm gonna be honest, it is a blast. This thing is so much fun. I've always thought that slower cars, slower racing makes better racing. Fortunately, I didn't get much of that this time, but I think it was a lot of fun in the mid-pack, so I'm hoping everybody had a good time.
Indeed, and to be fair, I didn't really catch much from back there. So, before I let you... What's this season been like for you?
I mean, the guys at Racetrim, I feel like it's growing exponentially, which is a little mind-blowing. I joined less than a year ago, and man, like, I think we were fielding like 15 cars a race, which was not, it was pretty impressive when we were racing, and now we're up to 30, almost 40. It's crazy. It's super cool. All the guys at Racetrim have been awesome.
Yeah, indeed they have. And obviously, before I let you go, anybody would like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Nobody besides the big boys at Racetrim. Will's, the founder, Jaycon, Wooly, Tyler's been instrumental. Maddie and John, new guys that are helping out. Thanks all you guys. It's awesome. And thanks for the commentary. I can't wait to watch it.
You are welcome. I'm gonna lie. Don't be surprised if my energy isn't there tonight. I'm absolutely boiling. I'm British and I am not used to this heat. So
A lot of people on the grid are.
it took it out of me. This heat is not nice. I don't know how people deal with it. I shall let you go, sir. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Good race.
And then P11 overall, but top in the GT4s. Bungaborgia, you're live on Racetrim. If we have if Bungaborgia is here.
Hello.
Was that a no or a
Yes,
hello?
hello.
Oh,
Hi.
somebody is there we go. Need to turn you up in my settings. There we go. Bungaborgia, hello. So, what was that one like for you tonight? Because that was a very interesting race from the way we was looking at it. It was a bit up and down tonight with the GT4 as it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first what they call it, multi-class race. So there was a lot of things that I learned from it, like judging speeds between the different cars and all that stuff. So I kind of just minded my own business as far as I could for the whole race and got through it cleanly. Yeah. Wasn't too much drama. Except for second last lap, I tapped someone. I need to check that one out. But overall, just tried to keep it clean. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously fair enough. It was a bit of spec racing tonight in the GT4s, it seemed. Everybody, majority in the Mercedes, to say the least. What was that car like for you personally when you were controlling it around the circuit?
I think my biggest issue with the circuit was corkscrew. And I was trying in the GT3, that's why I dropped down to GT4s. But yeah, with the Mercedes, I think it's very stable through that. So that's my main reason for choosing it.
Well, fair enough. Before I let you go, anybody you'd like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
No one in particular, but everyone that raced today. Yeah.
Fair enough. I shall let you go and have a good rest of your night. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
And now to the top three overall, and honestly, one of the people who got majority of the screen time tonight. Do we have an Ulo? We do have an Ulo. Ulo, you are live on Racetrim's YouTube.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. I think the first thing we're gonna ask here, how was that tonight? Because my goodness, you and Samwise were fighting left, right, and centre that entire race, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that took up about 75% of the broadcast.
It was very intense. It was very intense. I did not want to be at the front while the race was starting. I wanted someone to guide me through it because it's a very large number of people on the track, and it's very tricky to navigate through the traffic. But it was very hectic, and Samwise was really good, and props to him for stopping for me when I spun.
Indeed, yeah, indeed, we did see that. Another quick one, not related to the race, but elsewhere. Chat has been very vocal and very one-sided as your support tonight. What do you have to say about that?
I have no clue. I just saw the chat. I just opened the stream and saw the chat. I have to look through them. But thank you for whoever was supporting me.
I can tell you who's supporting you. Stick Stones.
I have no clue who that is.
Tennisk. Yox Kit. Yeah, I
They
have
might
no
be my
idea.
friends, but I have no
I
idea
have,
who
I
they
have,
are.
I have no, I have no idea either. That's the YouTube name, so I have to go off that. But obviously, what was the pit stop strategy like? Because obviously we saw what happened at the end there, but initially on that first part, you did actually get the jump on Samwise with the pit stops.
I messed up my pit stops, to be honest. I was going for a 20-20-40, but somehow at the end, when I entered my pits, I messed up my pit strategy and switched my pit strategy to the second one, which was a 40 stint. And I was like, oh no. But somehow at the end of that lap, I got ahead of some white, so I was happy for it.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And obviously, what's this season been like for you? Because from what I I haven't been here the entire time, but from what I've seen, that was very good racing tonight.
Yes, it was. It's very fun. It's very fun to race with all of them. The start of the season was where I was very slow because I recently got my wheel at the start of the season. But making my way through till here, I'm very happy about it. It's been a fun. It's been so much fun with these guys.
Well, fair enough. And before I let you go, anybody you would like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Samwise, he stopped for me. I have to give him the props for it.
Well, fair enough. I shall let you go, sir. Have a good rest of your night. I know it's late for you, because I can see on your name it's GMT plus 5:30, so it's
Yes.
very early in the morning for you. So I shall let you go to bed. Have a good rest of your night.
Yep, thank you.
And we talked about Euro. Now to the other part of the equation and P number 2 overall, Samwise Holmes. You're live on YouTube.
Thank you.
Hello.
How's it going?
It is going well. So talk us through that. Obviously picking up the fastest lap of the race overall with a 1:23.662 on that final lap as well. So how was that race for you tonight alongside fighting Earlo for a lot of the time?
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, I realized we only had a couple laps at the start to set a fastest lap because as soon as we caught up to traffic, that was it. So it was basically just gun it for 3 laps. But no, the race with Euro was great. It was really clean. So much side-by-side racing, and yeah, that was just a bunch of fun.
Indeed it was. And obviously, if nobody can tell by by Samwise, obviously it's very early for you. So what's it like at Laguna, which has so much precision, and being in a fight? What's it like? Just can you give us a bit of perspective what it's like early in the morning there when you're trying to you're doing all this racing?
Laguna's one of the harder ones because when it's early and you're feeling really disorientated, all of those big sausage curbs on the inside are very easy to hit, and so you just spend about the 30 or 40 minutes just slowly building up to being able to see where you're going on track. But after that, it's fine. It's 6:30 here now, so it's not too bad at the end of the race, and all the side-by-side stuff was just keeping me awake and adrenaline pumped. Although I didn't realize there was an alternate strategy, or maybe I wouldn't have stopped for Euro when he had his spin.
Yeah, obviously, it took me by surprise as well. Professor Chronotis there taking that massive strat. What was it like for you in the car when you saw that happening and he was miles out in the lead at the end?
Oh, I saw it before I went into the pits. I went, oh shit. I think I actually didn't realize that there was a third car in the race. So absolute props to Chronatus for a great race. So whereas Euro and I were just having a great battle, and for me that was just so much fun. So yeah, that was enjoyable for me.
Well, fair enough. That's a good season for you as well. Before I let you go, anybody you would like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Oh, the Racetrim guys organizing this. They've built such a good community here. So it's it's such a great community that they've created, and I've had a lot of fun being a part of it.
I shall let you go. Have a good rest of your morning. And I feel guilty because that's usually the time I go to bed. I shall let you go. Have a good rest of your morning, sir.
You too.
And I do believe we have him, Professor Chronotis. You're live on YouTube.
What's up?
Hello. So, I think the question is, what was that pit stop strategy? Because you came out of nowhere.
Well, with a tight track like this, and with so many M2s and GT4s to get past, that first time coming around on them, it's going to take a lot of time to get by. So after having a nice battle with the Porsche Safian, going too wide through corkscrew and just having a great little battle there, I ended up behind him, and I thought I'd go for a strategy call on him, and he can go do a lap in traffic before trying to cover me if that's what he wants to do, which isn't what he did. Nobody else pit anywhere near there. So I just dodged a whole bunch of traffic, got reset on full clear track for the beginning of stint 2, or really the second half of stint 1, because I just put in a couple liters to make it to the halfway point. And then I just, see where things shake out. And one by one, I'm coming through, and people in the pits are dropping back. Oh, there goes 5th place. Oh, there goes 4th place. I wonder where the top 2 are. Who knows? Hard to say. Can't see them on my Delta. But when I came out ahead of them, I was surprised. I didn't realize I was a car in this race. But there I was, like 18 seconds up the road or whatever at the end. So. Traffic management strategies for the win. I would like to give myself a 10-second penalty, though I followed a M2 too close through. Corkscrew, trying to wait for him, but tagged him around. So I should take a bit of a penalty, but I've got a big enough cushion that I still win, even if that was the case. So strategy for the win.
Well, touche. Strategy for the win is what I was saying as well. I'll be honest, apart from the end there, we didn't really get you on camera, so I don't see much. So, apart from that, like, M2 and the pit stop strategy, anything else interesting from your race that happened, which I might have missed?
No, just everything that happened early on, and was just weaving my way around the slower cars. I was just having a nice drive out there, trying to not, take the apexes away from the slower cars and keep it clean with them. A couple close calls, one that I touched and tagged around. Need to figure out who that is, but other than that, it was uneventful. Easy drive.
Easy drive indeed. Before I let you go, anybody you'd like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
The entire rest of the field and everyone who organized this race. It was a great job by everyone all around.
Well, fair enough. I shall let you go. Have a good rest of your night, sir. And I haven't asked anybody this. Prediction for the World Cup?
I do not know anything about who's likely to win the World Cup. So I am gonna go with Britain. Does England still have a good soccer team? They used to have a good soccer team.
Oh dear God.
I'm just guessing who might have a good soccer team.
I'm just saying. You said Britain
instead of England. Yeah, it just shows
instead of
how
England
much
and Scotland
into the World Cup I am. I realized right away though. To be fair, it's like wait, that's not.
Instead of England or Scotland. So just be careful in case
I double my odds that
some
way.
Football.
Double the chances, right?
You do double your chances. But unfortunately, you also double lower them because Wales and Northern Ireland aren't in the World Cup, so it nullifies them.
Well,
I
a team from that island is where I put my chips.
Fair enough. I shall let you go.
To my head because I just know it.
Who knows? I shall let you go. So have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, man. Take it easy. Thanks for the commentary. I can't wait to watch it back.
You're welcome. And that is going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You've been watching live on the Racetrim YouTube channel. And, of course, this has been Laguna Seca for the finale. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in and hit that subscription button so you never miss a second of the action. Do stay on the YouTube, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have something coming up very, very shortly. So don't switch that channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Lexi. This has been Racetrim. Good night.